So just how is service delivery impacted by leadership squabbles in our city council? We're joined by a young community leader who interacts with communities on a daily basis. That there was Mr. Takalane Nemangowe, who is the station manager of Alex FM. Takalane, a good morning to you. Welcome to the agenda.
Well, morning and greetings to the viewers.
Every single day, you put together the content and you bring down the trickle-down effect of what's happening in the city council in Johannesburg, particularly, to the people of Alexandra, and then you have to live with the reality of what Alexandra looks like at the moment. I mean, does the community in Alexandra understand that there might very well be a link between service delivery and what's going on in council?
Well, the sense that we are getting from the ground is that members of the community, they are not happy with the current arrangement of coalition, particularly in the city of Johannesburg. I mean, if we were to look and zoom into the city of Johannesburg, you'll realize that in the past 14 months, we already had 3 mayors. And we all know that, I mean, when a new mayor is elected, they must obviously appoint their new MMCs, and they need to settle into the office before they can effect, service delivery to the people. So that obviously impacts the level of service delivery in our communities. And what we've already gathered on the ground is that, our people are not happy with the arrangement that is currently happening in terms of coalition government. You can tell that, the country itself is not ready for that kind of an arrangement because they are not well managed.
And I mean, let's talk about what Alexandra looks like, because Alexandra is a really great example of what really goes on within the city, because it certainly is a community that that has many challenges, has been given many promises by various leaderships that have come into the city and said, well, we're going to fix housing in Alexandra, we're going to fix sanitation. Where do those issues sit right now?
Well, if you come into Alexandra now, we are in a very sad state of, affairs. Check the roads in Alexandra, check the infrastructure in terms of housing. The township itself is very filthy, and I guess Pick It Up is overwhelmed. But all this, translate and talks to, the kind of leadership that we have in place. I mean, like I said, that when having a coalition government in place that is not well structured or is not well managed, you have politicians using the community or members of the community as a battleground. We wake up every day to, finding a mayor has been removed, the speaker has been removed. And obviously, if that's the case, the service delivery will be delayed because there will be new political heads that need to be appointed. There will be new MMCs, there will be new heads of department. The people that are supposed to effect service delivery, they are always chopped and changed, in the department. So that obviously, affect the service delivery that must get to the people. You go to Alexandra, the clinics, there's always shortage of medications. That translates to obviously the leadership that we have in the city council.
When you speak to members of the community and they call in, we know that Alex FM really at the heartbeat of the community of Alexandra. When they call in, what do you get the sense that they are really thinking of when they look at the political landscape of the country, particularly in the run-up to 2024, when it's a community that has to make some very big decisions next year?
Well, I think what we are picking up, people are losing hope. We are finding a lot of, hopelessness that is currently at play in the community because it is all about promises and promises and promises, but nothing but promises. So what we continue to observe, like I said earlier on, is just a matter of politicians, fighting and using the livelihoods of the citizens of South Africa or Alexandra in particular, to settle their own political scores. And what one can, say I've observed already is, a sense of hopelessness. Our people are no longer hopeful.
I suppose what I'm asking you is, do you think that citizens of a community like Alexandra understand what's happening in the council, right? And if they themselves are able to link it back to the way they see their own lives. So, and do they care about what happens in the leadership crisis?
Well, I don't think the community cares much about, like your motions of no confidence. All they need is basic services. I really don't think the community even has so much say in a way that they will want to say who must lead them or not, because that will only decide when we go to the elections. But whoever who's in power gets to be supported and given platform to obviously deliver the services. So what is currently happening in a period of 40 months, already we had 3 mayors. So communities get to be affected by such, but they're not really, interested about the motions of no confidence. All they need is basic services to them.
Just lastly, before I let you go, and I know that you're very busy, but before I let you go back to Alex FM this morning to go and serve your community. Your message to the leadership of the city of Johannesburg as it watches and as you see some of the leadership changes that take place there.
Well, I guess I'll first, put a message to the citizens themselves to say, you know what, let us go in our numbers to go and vote. I don't think South Africa is ready for a coalition government. Let there be an outright winner who's given a 5-year mandate to come and serve the people. Unless there is a proper legislation in place to manage coalition. But until then, South Africa is not ready for a coalition government. So to the leadership of the city of Johannesburg, let it not be about politics. Basic services, please. Just ensure that you deliver the services. People are not really so much interested about the politics. All they need is services.
All right. Takalane Nemangowe, an absolute pleasure having you in studio. Thank you so much for giving us your time. He is, of course, the station manager at Alex FM.